It is the ultimate predator of land warfare. 60 tons of unstoppable steel dominance.
A machine built for one single purpose: absolute power on the battlefield. But before it dominates the field, it begins here, born from intense fire and raw metal. The journey starts with massive slabs of ultra-hard, military-grade rolled homogeneous armor steel. These 20-centimeter thick plates are sliced like butter by high-definition underwater plasma cutters. Magnetic cranes lift the heavy-cut sections, forming the basic bathtub shape of the lower hull. Expert welders perform the initial tack welds to hold the massive structure together securely. For maximum strength, giant robotic arms take over, performing deep penetration submerged arc welding.
The weld must be flawless. Industrial grinders smooth rough edges, showering the factory in golden sparks.
Massive hydraulic rotators flip the entire hull upside down to allow access to the bottom armor. Powerful boring machines drill precise holes into the heavy steel sides for the suspension axles. Long torsion bars are inserted deep into the hull. These act as the tank's shock absorbers. Now for the most critical defense layer. The hull walls are actually hollow double layers. Inside this gap, technicians install classified composite modules made of ceramic and dense metals. This secret sandwich of materials shattles incoming projectiles, protecting the crew from lethal impacts.
Once the armor modules are inside, a thick steel cover plate is welded shut forever.
The massive top deck is lowered by crane and welded to the bottom tub. Before painting, the entire steel beast is blasted with steel grit to remove rust. A coat of anti-corrosive primer protects the metal from the harsh elements of war.
The hull is now a sealed, armored fortress, ready to receive its massive engine.
The heart of this beast is a massive 1,500 horsepower V12 diesel engine. Massive pistons, the size of paint buckets, are inserted into the cylinder block. A forged steel crankshaft converts the explosive power into rotary motion. Two giant turbochargers force air into the engine to boost acceleration and torque.
The engine is mated to a heavy-duty automatic transmission, forming a single power pack.
This modular design allows the entire engine to be swapped out in under an hour. The crane lowers the massive power pack into the rear engine bay with surgical precision. Mechanics connect the fuel lines, cooling hoses, and the heavy drive shaft. Finally, the rear grille is bolted shut, protecting the engine from enemy fire. A test ignition brings the monster to life. A plume of black smoke erupts. Meanwhile, the turret is born. A massive sand mold is prepared for the casting. Molten steel, heated to 1,600 degrees, flows into the mold. After cooling for days, the sand is shaken off, revealing the raw, rough steel turret. A giant 5-axis CNC machine mills the surface to precise aerospace tolerances. Now, the weapon. A solid steel billet is heated red hot and forged into a tube. A deep hole drill bores through the solid center to create the 120-millimeter barrel. The inside is honed until it is smoother than a mirror for accuracy. The perfect circle. The heavy breech mechanism is attached.
This handles the immense pressure of firing.
Cranes lower the completed main gun assembly into the turret's mounting trunnions. Finally, thermal sights and laser rangefinders are installed, the tank's all-seeing eyes.
Heavy steel drive sprockets are bolted to the final drives. These teeth will pull the tank.
The road wheels are lined with thick, solid rubber to absorb shock and protect the tracks.
The massive steel tracks are laid out flat on the factory floor like a heavy carpet. The hull is slowly driven onto the tracks. The suspension compresses under the immense weight.
A winch pulls the heavy track ends together to close the infinite loop. A sledgehammer drives the master pin in, locking the track system permanently.
Hydraulic tensioners tighten the track until it is taut and ready for high-speed maneuvers.
The moment of marriage. The 20-ton turret is hoisted high into the air by a crane.
It descends slowly, the massive turret ring aligning perfectly with the hull opening below.
Once connected, the turret rotates for the first time, scanning its surroundings smoothly.
The steel skin is sprayed with radar-absorbing camouflage paint to hide it from enemy sensors.
The finished tank enters the deep water pool to test its watertight seals.
On the test track, it hits rough terrain at full speed to stress the suspension.
The gun stabilization system is tested. The barrel must stay locked on the target while moving.
Finally, the live fire test. The main gun unleashes its fury for the first time.
The recoil system absorbs forces that would rip a normal vehicle apart instantly. Passed for combat, the tanks are loaded onto heavy-duty flatbed trains for deployment. From raw steel slabs to a sophisticated weapon system protecting soldiers' lives. It is a perfect blend of firepower, mobility, and impenetrable protection.
This is the modern main battle tank, the undisputed king of ground warfare.
The battle was finally over. The tank moved through the silence, victorious but weary.